12 yards, one ball, one kick. That's all it is. So, why do the greatest footballers on earth, players worth hundreds of millions, suddenly forget how to do the one thing they've done their entire lives? Rome, 1994, World Cup final. Roberto Baggio, the best player on the planet that year, steps up to take Italy's final penalty. He had carried his team through the entire tournament almost single handedly. He places the ball, he breathes, he runs up, and he sends it flying over the crossbar into the sky. Italy loses. Baggio just stands there, hands on hips, staring at the ground. He later said that moment never left him. Not for years, not ever. You'd think it was bad luck. It wasn't. The real answer is far stranger. Here's the thing about a penalty. Statistically, the shooter should win. The goal is over 7 meters wide. The keeper physically cannot cover it all. A professional striking the ball cleanly scores around 3 out of every 4 times. In training, it's closer to 9 out of 10. So the skill isn't the problem. Something else is. Your brain runs movement on 2 systems. One is slow, conscious, deliberate. It's the system you used when you first learned to ride a bicycle, thinking about every wobble. The other is fast, automatic, and silent. After thousands of repetitions, skills move into that second system. That's what people call muscle memory. A professional footballer has taken tens of thousands of penalties. The kick lives in the automatic system. But then comes the walk from the halfway line. 80,000 people watching in the stadium, a billion more at home. Your country's entire hopes compressed into your next 3 seconds. And under that weight, your brain does something catastrophic. It panics, and it hands control back to the slow, conscious system. Suddenly you're thinking about your run-up, your standing foot, the angle of your hips, things you haven't consciously thought about since you were 8 years old. Scientists call this choking, and researchers like Sayan Baylock have shown it happens precisely because you start monitoring a skill that was supposed to run on autopilot. You're a pianist suddenly staring at your own fingers, and the music falls apart. It gets stranger. A sports psychologist named Guy Jordet studied hundreds of World Cup and European Championship penalties, frame by frame, and he found something nobody expected. The more famous the player, the more likely they were to miss. Award winners, superstars, they missed more than the unknown teammates beside them. Why? Because they had more to lose. Their status turned the penalty into a threat instead of an opportunity. Jordet also spotted a tell. Players who missed often rushed. They turned their back on the goalkeeper. They placed the ball and shot less than a second after the whistle, desperate to escape the moment. The players who took a breath, who faced the keeper, who owned those few seconds, scored far more often. That's why England missed so many for so long. Gareth Southgate in 1996, a whole generation after him. It wasn't a talent problem. It was an inherited fear, passed down like a family story, every new player walking up with 30 years of misses sitting on his shoulders. And here's the modern mirror. You felt this exact thing. You've rehearsed a presentation 20 times, then blanked the moment everyone looked at you. You've typed a message perfectly until someone watched over your shoulder. Same brain, same hijack. Pressure doesn't attack your skill, it attacks your access to it. So the next time you watch a superstar step up from 12 yards and blaze it over the bar, don't ask how they missed something so easy. Ask yourself what you'd do alone on that spot, with the whole world holding its breath. Because 12 yards, one ball, one kick was never the test. The test was carrying every eye on earth for 3 seconds and still letting your body remember who it is. What do you think? Would you volunteer to take the 5th penalty, or would you hide at the halfway line? Tell me in the comments, and if there's a question that's been quietly bugging you, drop your daily why below, because one of them might just become the next video. Until then, stay curious. Another strange, fascinating why is already on its way. Hey, you are still here, that's great. Watch the next Curious Why video. Also subscribe if you like the work. Thank you for watching.